Family, what's happening? I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in quite a while. I don't know how long it's been. Well, I guess it's been since last Thursday. I do want to, before I get started, tell you all thank you. Whether you're watching this now or you're watching on a replay, you guys are continuing to help this page grow by subscribing to the channel, and most importantly, telling other minority entrepreneurs about what we're doing over here. I believe we have gotten 283 new subscribers since the last video, and that comes from each and every one of you all. So I do want to give you all kudos and say thank you for putting this information out there. As I ask you all for your help, you guys are delivering and helping me out by sharing this message. So again, I do want to thank you. Mario, what's going on, my brother? I'm glad that you were able to make it here. If it's your first time here, we do introductions first. Whether, again, you're watching this now or you're watching it in a replay, it's not about me. It's about the community here. And it takes all of us in order to get educated on this stuff, because it's all new information. It's all new information. And we want to work together. There's more than enough money in government contracting for everybody. I've never had too much money in government contracting, so by all means, introductions is where we start at. Again, whether you're watching on a replay or now, you want to make sure that you're putting the name of your business in the comments, where you're located at, what niche industry you're in. If you know your NAICS code, that's even better. Put that down there. Let us know what you need help with, and then most importantly, how can you help other people, and then put your contact information there so somebody who's watching a replay can reach out to you. That's what it's all about here, is working with like-minded individuals. And this is one of the best ways that I could see how that could affect us all, by putting your information down here in the comments. So I do thank you all. Also, if you have questions throughout this live, by all means, this stream, put them in there in the chat. I am watching every message that comes in with this nifty software that I got here. So don't be scared to put that information in there. Kenny, how you doing, my brother? Lewis Global Holdings LLC, that's what I'm talking about. Thanks for hanging out with me here today. Let me tell you a little about myself if you're new here, don't know who I am. I'm Dr. Travis Davis. Been in this game, in this business game, a little over 11 years. I did my first $1 million at the age of 25 with government contracting. It was my second business, but it was my main first business. The second one was like some stuff that I did as a kid, but it was a business. Anyways, I'm from the DMV area. That's DC, Maryland, Virginia. I do IT, marketing, as well as we sell products to the federal government. You guys would be surprised. I did $250,000 selling iPhones, iPads, the screen protectors, and the SIM cards they go into them. And I tell you that just so you can understand that the government buys everything. You can sell them lights, cameras, the whole nine. So don't try to limit yourself on what you could offer them and say, this isn't for me. I'm telling you, this space is for you. I've been able to consult to over 20 businesses that helped them produce over $50 million in government contracts, and that's something that you could do too. The minute that you learn how to do government contracting and you know how to operate in this space, go consult to another business and help them get on board, and making sure it's a big business, not a mom and pop shop, right? But there's tons of businesses out here who are doing tremendously well, and they've never decided to make the government their customer, and you can be the consultant for that. That's why it's important to learn this information. I've been able to train over 1,500 students with government contracting, and if you want to get in contact with me at any time or join any of my programs, go ahead and visit travisknows.com. You can spell it any type way that you want. You'll be able to get there. I think there's only 2 ways to spell nose, but you never know. But travisknows.com, that will get you there. Now, guys, today we're going to be diving into an order that was produced by the President of the United States. But before we get started, I want to make sure that you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, make sure that you are sharing this information out with other minority business owners. I ain't got no problem with the white man. I'm cool with the white man. He just don't need my help. Right? He's the majority. Got more than enough help out here. I'm here to help minorities. So again, if you know any minority business owners out there, send them this link right now so they can come find out about this information, because again, the title of what we got going on here is equity and racial justice, right? Yes, we need justice for what's going on, and it's not a surprise to anybody. Everybody's very aware of what's going on, and they're actually trying to help us. But the problem is, our definitions to the word government has been negative. Everybody in our community around us, it's just negative words. Hell, I'm even watching right now. I gotta watch the words that I say because YouTube be monitoring. But I'm watching right now everybody making this damn post about the president sending $1 billion to the U word, okay, that country. Guys, he's not sending no damn $1 billion. Like, the ignorance of people that keep saying that is driving me insane, because this is the reason why we can't pay attention to government contracting. This is the reason why we're not focusing on business that's going on in front of us. You're scared of the recession. The recession is hurting you. Well, guess what? There's a solution. There's a solution right here for the recession. But when you keep listening and reading this false information of $1 billion going over to a country, and then everybody talking about how can you put $1 billion to a country and you're not helping people in your own backyard. Guys, he's not giving $1 billion to a country. Once again, that is the ignorance of misinformed people talking. That $1 billion is going to government contractors to supply the stuff that's needed in the country. The guns, the ammo, the armor, the clothes, probably some food, water, all types of medical supplies. All my nurses out there, y'all know all the medical supplies? All of this stuff, they are literally buying from American citizens. And not just that. If they buy it from American citizen, it got to go on an American plane and use this damn American gas in order to get over there, whether it's on a plane or boat. Either or, the plane is needed, the boat is needed, and the gas is needed. All of this comes to American citizens. But if you don't pay attention, you can't see it. So I advise you, stop reading that stuff. It's not true. They don't know what they're talking about. Even those people, I think Earn Your Leisure posted, they don't know what they're talking about. They're leading with emotions. And we cannot get emotional in a time like this. This is definitely not a time that's built for emotions right now. We got to start thinking strategy. And today, I'm going to show you guys one of the strategies that the President of the United States has created an order for, because he understands what's going on in this world. And they're trying to provide a solution. But if you are so emotional about the word government and everybody in the government, you can't see it. So today, I'm hoping I can knock down those emotional hurdles that the world is putting in front of our face, and that you guys can get the truth from somebody who's really spitting this information out here. Valerie, what's going on? I see you with the Stafford Business Solution. Are you in Stafford, Virginia? Just guess. I don't know if there's more Staffords out here. I'm pretty sure there is. Destin Williams, what's going on with you? Can you explain how to avoid being tagged as a pass-through? Yeah, I'll explain that really quick. You avoid being tagged as a pass-through by not passing through. Yeah, I mean, you just do the work, right? And when I say do the work, I mean you still manage the project. You do the invoicing. There's so many things that you could do on the project. Hire the manager, right? So the manager works for you, and they're working on the project. Just don't be a pass-through. A pass-through is somebody who, let's say I had an opportunity that I wanted to win. I came to you and like, hey, I want to win this opportunity on a women-owned certification. You're not going to do anything. I'm going to do everything, the whole nine. I just need to use your name, your company's name, and your certifications, and we're going to front like you're going to do everything on paper, but in all actuality, I'm going to do it all. So then all of a sudden, we win the contract, and you're doing absolutely nothing. You're not doing the invoicing. You're not doing the managing. You don't have any personnel down there providing. That is a pass-through. So I think, again, a lot of times we're scaring ourselves with that word pass-through, because there may be something like a snowplow contract, right? And in your mind, you're saying, well, I'm not doing the snowplow. I'm going to go get somebody to do the snowplow. That's one person that needs to do the snowplow, and boom, they knock it out. And then you're telling yourself that's a pass through because that person did the snowplow. I didn't do anything. But didn't you manage the project? Didn't you make sure that they got down there at 8 o'clock? Didn't you send the invoice over to the client? This eliminates you from being a pass-through. So maybe, it's important to get into programs, because a lot of times these words confuse you, definitely with minorities, because we're scared to make a mistake. And things like a pass-through will definitely scare you if you don't understand it. Serenity, what's going on? Here to learn and find my niche. I appreciate you for hanging with me. Dr. Kim, what's happening? Ernest Ease LLC, Chicagoland area. Come on, Chicago. All right. Be an S Corp. Destin said that. I guess somebody asked about one of those. Appreciate you for sharing that. Kenny Lewis, what's going on? Want to learn how to prepare, submit RFP and RFQs unless you have it in past videos? I don't know if I do or not. I know I have it in my government contracting course. I'm not sure if I've made a video on that yet. It's a little too long for me to make today. Kevin in Virginia, active duty service member. Thank you for serving our country, my brother. Truly appreciate it. Have not started contracting business. Let me put that back up there. I lost it. Is it possible for military members to be a government contractor? Don't want to conflict of interest. Yes, absolutely. You can be a government contractor while you're working in the government or you are in the military. Now, I will advise you, there should be a HR department around there. Just ask them. Tell them what you're trying to do. And 9 times out of 10, they're just going to say you can't do any work inside of the agency. That's the best thing that I could tell you to do. Is don't try to get any contracts inside of the agency that you work for. And I mean, can't nobody tell you that you can't start no company and provide, you're in the DOD and you're over here providing not NASA with IT, with help desk work. There's no conflict of interest there. Like, NASA's all the way over here on the other side of the government and you're over here on DOD. That's, again, things that we often confuse ourselves with, thinking that we're working with government. You're not working with the government. You're working with the agency inside of the government. And that agency is your customer. So if you work at that agency, then no, by all means, let's make this process easier and just don't try to go after any contracts under that agency. Now, you can still get work under the agency that you work for, but again, ethics come into play, and that's why you want to just tell your HR. If you're working in the government, tell them what you're doing. Like this is the easiest thing that I could tell you to do. Just let them know what you're doing, so you don't have to worry about being that conflict of interest and getting yourself in trouble. All right. That would be my best advice. Don't just listen to me on there. Okay. All right. Got that information. Let's see who we got right here. We're going to get started here in a second, but I always just like introducing everybody. I love all this engagement that you guys are doing. Tijuana, I hope I'm saying that right, but is it still money being distributed that should be going to us? What? Oh, you're talking about the U word. Listen, once again, this is your emotions. The president don't care about what you're talking about. I mean, we can talk about this all day long until we're blue in the face. Like, they don't care. They sent money out last time. They sent more money out this time. We complained last time, and now we're complaining again this time. They don't care. So why talk about it? But the same way you're saying this money is being distributed, well, go get it. Go get the money. You don't have to sit back and be like, oh man, when are you going to put $1 billion into our community? Well, did you know that you could force the government to give you some of that work? 23% of that $1 billion could come back to you. And then once you produce the work and you get the check, go do whatever the hell you wanted to do. You have a mission to help your community and the black people. Well, with all this money that you're going to have from government contracts, you take it and now you do what you've been asking the president and all these other Congress people to do. But see, here's the problem. Y'all going to get all that money and then you're going to be like, man, forget the community. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm not like that, but a lot of black people are. You complain right now until the money come in your pocket, and then the whole ball game changes. You acting just like the government did. But that's a whole nother story. The government owes me more than taxes. They sure enough do. All right, where we at? Steph Shaw, getting government contracts, CDL owner operator. Absolutely. As long as you're a citizen, you can get government contracts. Again, we limit ourselves and put them in a box. I would highly advise you to watch some more of my videos so you can realize, like, you can get contracts on anything because you shouldn't be doing the work. Valerie is in the DFW area, not Stafford, Virginia. Lisa, greetings everyone. Greetings to you as well. Lisa, janitorial services out in Cleveland, Ohio. Shout outs to you. Janitorial services is always going to be tons of contracts. Kenny Lewis, currently looking at government contracts with the Department of Veteran Affairs, but I work there. What are the best ways to go about this? Partner, Kenny. Partner with somebody else and work in the background. You know, don't tell nobody that I said that. But partner and work in the background and don't tell nobody else what you're doing. Be quiet. All right. You are more than welcome, Dr. Kim. Kevin, understood. Thanks for the knowledge. You're more than welcome. We don't need certifications for government contracting. No, you do not need certifications for government contracting. Certifications just allow you to be strategic. But what I'm going to be going over today, you will need certifications for. Okay. But to win a contract, no, you do not need certifications. All right, Denise said that she in Cleveland too. Cincinnati in the building. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's get this ball rolling, guys. We said hey to everybody. I see we got a lot of viewers on here. I appreciate you guys for tapping in with me. Don't forget, make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep sharing this out here to minority business owners so they can tap into this information. Now, let me share my screen here. Oh, that's not the right screen that I want you to be on. Switch screens. This is the right screen. Now, I made a post about this on my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, check me out, official Travis Davis. I put content up there all the time. But I made a post on Instagram about this the other day. It probably went over some people's head, but I'm going to try my hardest today to drill it in a little bit more. See if I can zoom in here so you guys can see this a little bit better. All right, so what this is right here, this is the SBA's report. Now, the government is trying to do some different things. As I stated before, they understand. And before I dive into this report, I want you to read this title right here. This is from the White House. Do you guys see that at the top? It says White House, whitehouse.gov. This isn't a .com website. This ain't nobody's opinion and emotions about what's going on. This is the truth from our government, the White House. I don't really care about other people's emotions when I can read, guys. They often say the government is hiding stuff from us. No, they not. They putting it right here on the websites. See, anytime someone talks about the government, I just ask them, well, what did they read? You know, and usually they send me to a damn blog site. Like, why do I want to read a blog site about somebody's emotions when I could just read what the government is saying right there? All right. So what does it say? Advancing equity. See, we were talking about a money problem, right? We have a money problem in our community. Advancing equity. That's money. And racial justice. Racism. They're aware of the two. Equity and racism. They're trying to combat it. Now, am I saying that what they're going to do works? I don't know. Neither do that. But here's what happened. Some contractors who weren't emotional sat at the table with the president and his cabinet members and said, hey, I think that this program could change the equity and race gap that we have in America. These are contractors who work with the government, who aren't scared to talk with the government. Guess what? They probably weren't people that look like me and you, but yet they're giving us advice on how to help me and you because we too damn emotional to go sit at this table. We have to get these emotions out of the way so we can see real business. I cannot stress that enough. Okay? Now that we started right there, we're aware that the government, the federal government, not state, not local, Big Daddy. The federal government is aware of this problem. Well, let's go look and see, how did they become aware of this problem? Well, right here, it's talking about the federal government spending by race in business size according to the data in 2020. Now, data comes from the government a little slow, so they put these new reports out here during this time frame, but it was for 2 years ago, right? So it's only getting worse. It didn't get better. Right? Now, if I look right here, this is the government spending. This is a pie chart on how much they spend, but let me scroll down so you guys can actually see this chart. Now, I actually went and you guys could Google this. I'm not going to look it up, or you can look at the post that I made on my Instagram account about the population size in America. But black people are the third largest population. Hispanic is the second. White people are the first, and then all of the other racial designations follow up in the lower percentage after that, in the single digit percentage. Now, to me, I don't know how Hispanic and black people can make up 30+% of the population. And as I look right here, it says that Hispanic is only getting 1.78% and black people getting 1.6%. That's a little over 3%. 3% of the money that is being spent by the customer who has the most money in the world. See, no emotions are behind what I'm saying. These are all facts. This customer has the most money in the world, and they spend it consistently every year. And just in 2020, we hit 1.67%. I'm pretty sure it'll be worse if we looked at the years previously. So for 30% of the population, we're not even putting a dent in the money that's being spent out here in our economy. This is our taxpaying money. Why? Because we keep asking them, why are you spending money on this? Stop asking them why they spending money on this. They're going to spend it whether you like it or not. But at 1.67% in the black community, guys, that's $9.3 billion that came to black businesses. Now, you tell me. See, people are always telling me black people are catching up. I don't know how. I cannot logically figure out how the hell we're catching up. You talking about consumer spending? You think because we out here driving Bentleys and flying private planes that we're catching up, when you don't realize the Bentley was owned by this same white man down here at the bottom that's making 74% of the budget, that's making over $500 billion every year? Well, guess what? We're giving them our money in the Bentley. We're giving our money in the gas. We don't own the plane, so we're paying for the plane too. Like, I can just keep adding on. You think that we're catching up because your emotions are out there. But in reality, we're not doing anything. Because if you listen to the government, the president will say this over and over and over again, that federal government contracting changes communities. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This type of spending, $500 billion every year being spent, will change communities. Now, you can't tell me that if we change this 1.67% to 15% and bring in $87 billion back to our community, that change won't happen. $9 billion ain't enough. We over here playing with crumbs because our emotions won't let us see the truth. We must, if we want change to happen, to start making some of this money. I can guarantee you, guys, look at this chart. We got Asian Americans. They got two different categories. I don't even know what this means. But they got two different categories. And the Asian American, I think they may be like the second or third lowest population. And this is the same people. They're making almost 3%. And their population is that low. They're still almost making 3%. That's more than the black population. And we're the third largest percentage. That's more than the Hispanic population. And we're the second largest percentage here in America. This don't make sense. Native Americans, 2.69%. They crushing us, and they don't even have the amount that we got in our population. Do you guys understand what other small businesses is? Other small businesses. Do you notice a tag that was not put up here? Do you notice? Well, first I have to tell you the definition of minority is anybody who's not a white male. But see, they have this minority chart up here talking about spending, and they didn't want to put white on there, so they put other small business. Because they know if they put white right here that people will complain. Other small businesses, white females. White females are getting 15.64%. While what is not a small business? This is white male owned companies. They're getting 74%. You put 15% with 74%, what is that? 85, 89%? Am I right? 70, 85, 89. 90% when you add up these change back here. 90% of $500 billion is going back to the white community. These are the same people that you're asking for change. Why would they give you change when you're allowing them to make 90% of $500 billion every year because you don't show up? I mean, I know I wouldn't change. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't really listen to what you're saying. But see, the government understood this is a problem. The federal government, they said, I get it. This isn't right. Now, government contracting has been around since, I believe, I don't know. Government contracting has been around for a very long time. And they just now started to realize that this is a problem. And it ain't getting fixed because we still ain't showing up. We over here making posts about how they spending money instead of showing up and figuring out how to go get the money. Now let me come over here, because this is where you guys need to start reading. All you got to do is put in Google EO, that means executive order, or you can type executive order out, 13985. It'll pull it up for you. This is the order, the executive order that the President of the United States put out to help minority-owned businesses get involved in government contracting, because they kept hearing how minority-owned businesses, and I keep stressing the word minority-owned businesses because that's what they say, but you must understand that they're not talking about black people when they use the word minority. They're talking about everybody who's not a white male, which includes white females. And trust me, I know who's running those white female businesses. It's their white husbands. But you know what I'm saying? According to the paperwork, it's being ran by that white female. I'm telling you guys, we need to be smarter. We need to run our businesses smart and intelligent. I don't give a damn. If you need to run that business through your mama name in order to get that women-owned certification, you're going to run it. Hey, and listen, I know people are saying that ain't right. I shouldn't be saying it out loud like that. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Tell somebody else about your feelings of what's going on. I'm trying to get my people paid. So we're going to do what we need to do to make things happen. We ain't going to do anything that ain't legit, but you know what I'm saying? Listen, if our counterparts are running business through their white wives, we going to do the same. If they run a business through their white mothers, we going to do the same. But the beauty about this executive order is it's trying to help all minorities out to get involved with the federal government. Now, you guys need to take your time and really read through this so you can get a better understanding of it. But as you can see, what does it say? Over 90 federal agencies across the federal government. That's 90 different customers. Do you understand? The government is not a whole. 90 different customers across the federal agency, including all cabinet level agencies, as well as over 50 independent agencies. The government coming down. They are coming down. That they are to conduct equity assessments of 3 to 5 of their agencies' high impact services for the American people to uncover where system barriers to access may exist. So what does that mean? They're requiring every single agency to tell them how they're spending the money. Every one of them. It has to come across the president's desk to show how they've been spending this money, because now they can see what agency ain't being fair in racism and equity. You can't possibly keep giving all these white companies all this money is what they're trying to say. Now, who does it go to after that when we get into the category of minority? That's a different topic, but I ain't talking about that. All right. Now, advancing equity is not just a 1-year project. It's a generational commitment that will require sustained leadership in partnership with all communities. So guys, they're not looking to just do this one time. They're looking to do this forever. Now, here's something that I don't like that people will frown on me upon, but they've added the LGBTQ community into minorities. I don't like that because a white male can claim himself to be LGBTQ and now he's a minority. That don't make sense to me, but that's a whole nother talk. I don't know how they got so much power so fast and other minorities been crying and complaining, but words have an extremely important, it has power in business. And when you throw that up there, there's a whole lot of holes that people can utilize right there to tap into the system that's supposed to help out minorities. So I will be complaining to the SBA about this. It just ain't right. But anyways, that's who I complain to. I complain to people who can make change. The SBA can make change. That's the reason why they're there. All right. Now, if I come down here, they have this right here because this is where you're supposed to start to think it. What product or service do you want to sell? What do you know about? What do you have resources to? Maybe you know somebody else that sells light bulbs and you don't really sell them, but you got a good relationship where you could get the work at a lower price. You know, just like the drug movies, you get the most money when you go get the product at its rawest form from overseas. Well, if you can get the light bulbs at one of its rawest forms from somebody, you now have a product at its lowest price. Now you can go push that product out in the streets, right? So now the question, who's buying the most light bulbs? Once I can figure out which one of them 90 agencies is spending the money in light bulbs, now I just need to come over here and start reading. Is it Health and Human Services? Well, I want to see what is their equity action plan, because every one of them had to develop this. I just have to read. What is their equity action plan? Their new strategies to advance equity. How do they plan to spend? Because now I'm going to match myself up to whatever they got going on. Whatever they say they're going to require to make this happen, I'm going to go get. If they say that they want to spend on women-owned businesses, I'm not a women-owned business. I'm going to go find me 6 women-owned businesses and start building relationships with them so I can partner with them and come after these opportunities in HHS, because I got the work. I got the light bulbs, not that women-owned company. I got the work. So now they need to put me in on this deal. And now I'm showing this women-owned company how we about to go get this money. But see, the problem is now I got to share, right? Yeah, I am doing all the work. I got all the light bulbs, you know what I'm saying? But now I need to share with this women-owned company because I can't get it. And see, somebody may say, well, ain't that a pass-through? Well, if you look at it like that, that's that greed factor again. But what did I tell you? I have to share. So what am I going to do? If it's just light bulb purchases, ain't no pass through for no damn products. Like, it's just light bulb purchases. But let's say it was help desk work. Okay. Now, if I know that there's going to be 20 FTEs there, okay. I always mess up with FTEs there. Somebody corrects me all the time. I always say full-time employees, but it's like full-time something. But anyways, let's say it's 20 FTEs there on site. I know how to handle this project. The HHS is saying we want to work with women-owned businesses on their new strategy to advance equity. I find the women-owned business who knows what they're doing, full-time equivalent. I feel like, Denise, you're the one who correct me every time. I appreciate you for always doing that. FTE right here. Let me put that up there. Full-time equivalent or whatever it is. Y'all know what it is. Come on, man. Appreciate you for sharing that. But again, if I need to get this women-owned company in order to get this contract to not be a pass-through, stop. Man, I really hate that word because it scares us. All I'm going to do is say, hey, Denise, you are the women-owned company. We need to go after this contract that I know everything about. You're not going to be a pass-through because my friend Tyler over here and my friend Jacob, who knows how to do this project, they're going to go work for you. They're going to be your 2 employees to go on your payroll, so you need to do the whole 9. Now, I know Tyler. I know Jake. I think that's what I just called him. They're going to go work on the project, and then as they're under your company working on the project, we're going to do our thing and make sure this thing work out together. You're going to be billing because you had to be prime on this bad boy. So they're your employees. You're in control of them. But by me doing that, I just eliminated the pass-through. Because you're still managing the project. You got 2 people on your payroll that were subject matter experts, and they're really important to this. It ain't got to be subject matter experts either. You can put other positions and whatnot. But you're managing the project, you're doing the payroll, and you got a couple people on the actual project. You're not passing through. You understand what I'm saying? And guys, you don't want to be a pass-through. Let me just tell you that. I read right back here. Let me come back up here to the top. Advancing equity is not a 1-year project. It's generational. You don't want to be a pass-through because you're not building business. You're not learning anything. You're not creating transactions. So, no, you don't want to be a pass-through. That's like one of the worst things that can happen. And trust me, there's going to be a ton of opportunities for you to be a pass-through. There's people out here doing pass-throughs right now, and they're doing it legally because the government can't keep up with everybody and everything that's going on. You do not want to do that because when that company leaves you, you just lost everything. You don't know what to do next because you've been a pass-through all your life. We're setting up for generational wealth, not no damn pass-through, okay? So again, that's how you eliminate this stuff. As you start reading more and more, and understanding what they're trying to do here. Just look. Don't argue. Don't complain about how they're trying to spend the money. Just adapt. That's the purpose of being a business owner, entrepreneur. We make pivots. If you don't want to make a pivot, go back to work. Workers don't have to make pivots. They just got to follow orders. A business owner, entrepreneur, we're going to have to pivot. Especially right now in the recession that's looming over our head. Pivoting will be needed. And this is a great place to pivot to, government contracting. Now here's the other thing with this whole executive order that the president made. Not only is he requiring that every agency tell how they've been spending the money and what their plan is on how they're going to spend more money. I got to find the exact percentage. I can't of what they're changing to, but I believe that he's requiring every agency to double the spending in minority companies. Now, guys, let me come back over here and see if I can search this real quick. SBA scorecard. All right. This is the SBA scorecard. Every agency has to have a score of how they've been spending money with minority businesses. Now, as you can see right here on small business, they have a goal of 26% to be spent in small business. 23% is the goal. Sorry, not 26%. It's 23%. They achieved 26%. He wants to double this. So that means in order to double the percentage that's being spent on minorities in his executive order, this ain't his emotions talking, this is real goddamn facts. Okay? So in order to double this, that means that the 5% spending in women-owned businesses needs to go to 10%. I believe that they say that they're at like 13 to 15% spending in women-owned businesses because the president filled the whole cabinet with women. This is why I've been telling all women, it is important to get your women-owned certification right now and run full speed. I don't give a damn. You got to run right now, because when old Joe get out of office, which I don't think he gonna make another term, but who am I don't know. When old Joe get out of office, all this gonna change. Back to them white men running the operation. So you need to take advantage of this as fast as you can. And I don't usually like say that you have to get certification, but if you're a women-owned business, you need to go get this women-owned certification and take advantage of what's going on. So if the women-owned goal is boosting up to 10%, that means that guys, you could do the math if you want to. So take $700 billion by 5%. Matter of fact, okay, since it is 10%, $700 billion, that means $70 billion will be going to women-owned business, set aside for women-owned businesses. Before that, I believe, what is that? Half of 70 would have 35 billion was set aside for women-owned small businesses. Guys, that's a lot of money that's going back to women-owned small businesses. They got the small disadvantaged businesses, 5%. This is your 8A program. That's going to be increased to 10%. Service disabled businesses. Now 3% go to service disabled businesses and 3% go to veteran owned businesses. Those are all going to be increased, double, 6%. Hub zone businesses. All you got to do is go to Google, type in the Hub Zone map. Now, people tell you all this stuff about not having a business working from home. Guys, I'm a multi-million-dollar business and my headquarters is out of my house. So don't scare yourself away talking about you can't operate big business from home. That's people who have never done it telling you their fears of operating business from home. Now, does your address become public information? Absolutely it does. But I dare somebody to pull up on my house. Only God may be with them. Because I show you I got guns, I got security cameras. Like, if that's what you choose to do on that day, you and the Lord are going to have a conversation. But somebody going to die. But good luck. But what I'm trying to tell you is we're not going to waste our money in office buildings that we can't afford. We have to just stop spending our most powerful tool, guys. Money is a tool, and the damn thing is pretty damn powerful. I don't care what people talk about. Money ain't everything. I've never ever seen anybody take a trip without money. I've never seen anybody go to the grocery store without money. I've never seen anybody get a car without money. I've never seen anybody get a house without money. I've never seen anybody send their kids to school without money because they had to put clothes on their back. So yeah, money is pretty important. So we're going to act like it is. When you wake up every day of your life and walk out of the door to go to a job that you don't want to be at, sit in traffic that you don't want to sit in, eat food that you don't want to eat, all because you want to obtain money so you could survive. So if we're going to do that all day, every day, then we're going to start respecting this tool called money. We're going to talk about it and we're going to figure out how to operate with it better than what we're doing right now. And guys, right here is where the money is at. Every single minority certification will be increased by every agency. But here's the kicker. Guys, I believe, man, what was that number? 67 billion, I believe. $67 billion every year goes back to large business because minority businesses don't show up. So in my mind, if they're going to increase the spending, this is why I'm saying I don't know if this plan is going to work or not. If you're going to double the spending in minority certifications and the minorities already ain't been showing up, what did you really change? See, they somehow need to increase the spending in marketing so our minorities can find out that, yes, you can do government contracting. Because there's only people like me out here that look like me that's trying to tell y'all it's okay for us to do government contracting. See, the problem that I've been arguing with the SBA with for the last 2 years is you can't put white people in front of black people and try to tell them to do government contracting. We already scared of white people. So how you going to put them in front of us and tell us, oh, these are the steps to do, and then when we don't understand it because we've been scared of the term government and we're trying to tell you like we don't get it, we're scared, you get frustrated with us. See, it's easy to the white man to do government contracting because he's white. It's easy for the white lady to do government contracting because she's white. But the black man and the black women to do government contracting with white people at big numbers, the shit seems scary. So I've been asking them, I know you putting all this money here, but who's going to tell the community about it? White people? You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, let me show you, they are trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that they're not trying. I just think that they're trying in the wrong direction. So, in National Panhellenic Council, deal with government. Now, they say that they're increasing all of this money, right? And they get it. Like, we need to figure out how to get more minorities here. So the National Panhellenic Council is a organization from all of the Greeks, all the black Greeks. And they actually just did a deal with the SBA, National Panhellenic Council with SBA. Let me try that. They actually just did a deal with the SBA. I don't know what the deal is, honestly. As you can see, this is 2 days ago. I still got to read up on it. But this is them trying to figure out how to work with black people. I love it. I love watching the government try to figure out how to talk to black people. They are so confused. They do not know what to do. All right, and we confused just as much as them. It's just a beautiful, ugly situation that's going on. But they just did a deal with the National Panhellenic Council. I don't know what this means. I still got to read more into it. But why did they do it? They said 32.5 million small businesses are out there. And I believe they had like in the Panhellenic Council, there's like 1.5 million minorities in the Panhellenic Council, or 2.5 million, sorry. 2.5 million active members are in the National Panhellenic Council. So they say, hey, if y'all got 2.5 million black people over there, which it ain't all black because for some reason we've let white people into a black organization, but that's another story for another day. Again, I don't ever want you guys to think that I'm like I don't have anything against white people, okay? I love white people. But I also love the truth too. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't scared to spit the truth out. It is what it is. I can tell the truth and I'm not hurting nobody's life. Like, I'm not making an impact on your life. White is still going to be white and black is still going to be black. I can go hang out with my white folk and still have a great time, and I can go hang out with my black folk and still have a great time. But if you get upset at me spitting the facts, that's your emotions getting in the way again. Because I don't control none of this. I ain't the damn president. I'm just telling you what's out here, what I'm reading. But if you let your emotions stop you from listening to what I'm trying to tell you, that's on you. I'm friends with everybody. All right? So, as you can see, the government is trying their hardest to get this message out here to minorities. So I'm encouraging you all. This is the reason I make these videos. The reason I'm out here. So you guys can understand. The government is trying its hardest to fix this racial equity gap that we got going on here. But we got to get out of our goddamn emotions. I don't care. When I know that if we bring $80 billion back to our community, we could put the grocery stores in our communities. We could put the right restaurants in our communities. We can build things for our kids to be entertained with, instead of being on the street all night. We can lower the cost of living when we can build our own damn homes. But when we keep asking Dan Ryan and all these other white developers to come in and build us affordable housing, why would they do that? I'm just like, why? They're in the business of making profit. We're in a capitalistic country. And you trying to tell people who are making millions of dollars every year to, hey man, don't make no millions this year, man. Only make a couple 100,000. That ain't going to happen. And the other reason it ain't going to happen is because they have investors. Investors want their money back. And in order for the investors to get the money, I got to make more money. I got to make more money than I did the year before. Every business that's on the stock market, you know, the one that you put your money into, and I know people like, well, Travis, I don't invest in the stock market. Well, your ass got a 401k plan that they convince you to put it in. Where you think that 401k money go to that you can't touch? or else you're going to get penalized. That's a topic for another conversation. See, we just keep supplying these white men with more money over and over again. The most powerful tool, the money. They have convinced us to put our money right back into the 401k, into these white people's houses. And yeah, that's why they always going to stay ahead of us. You know? So if I'm putting my money into the 401k in the stock market plan, and I'm also asking the same people that I'm investing in to make affordable things, when you told me that, hey, you want to invest in me, and the only way that I can make more money out of your investment is to double the profit that I did the year before. So yeah, I got to keep raising things because I got to make my investors happy. And see, we don't think logically about what we asking for. You asking them to lower stuff. Well, if they lower everything, that crushes your portfolio. And that's where all your money is at. But see, if we go out here and we get $80 billion in government contracting, we ain't got to ask them to lower their prices to build houses. Go build them yourself, if that's what you want to do. See, here's the thing. Money ain't evil. Money only increases what the person who has it wants to do. So if there's a good person right there who really wants to make an impact in the community, you put $80 billion in his pocket, watch how he makes an impact in the community. If it's an evil person out there that just wants to party and bullshit, drive the fanciest cars, wear the best clothes, and take females all around the world on trips, give him $80 billion and watch how many more girls he taking on trips, how many more bottles he popping, and how many more cars they got. I used to be that type person, and then I grew up a little bit and switched around. But I'm not here to judge anybody. What I'm just telling you to do is go get the money. Go get the money, and then you do whatever you want to do. I really don't care what you want to do. But what I don't want us to keep doing is marching and asking these people for money when the money is sitting right here in front of our face. We just got to go obtain it. So, I hope that you guys have been able to get some valuable information out of the day. If you guys have any questions about anything that I went over, you can put them in the chat now. Denise Delta, that's what I'm talking about. I am a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So you know I'm going to be following along with that stuff as well. But again, if anybody has any questions, the National Panhellenic Council, that is, so there's the Greek organizations, Kappa, Qs, Alphas, Zetas, AKAs, Deltas, SG Rows. Did I miss anybody? Oh, them little iota boys. They make up the National Panhellenic Council. So these are Greek organizations. I think they're usually in colleges all around the world that you could join, but you can join alumni chapters as well. They're supposed to be black organizations, but they let everybody in. So if you want to be a part of any one of those, no matter the race that you are, you can join the Black Greek organization as long as you sign up and pay your dues. Oh man, I love it. What we got? Do people still need to take C19 shots? I thank you for putting C19, okay? Because I can't say those words on this channel else I get blocked. To work with government contracting. Great question. Some of them require it still. I'll tell you this. I've been doing my government contracting, and they haven't required me to do anything. I also will advise you of this. As the business owner, okay, when they say they require contractors to do something, understand they're requiring the people who are working the contract to do something. So in the beginning, I think one of my contracts, everybody had to get shots when they came back into the office because they were having like one person in, and then another person would come in like 4 days later or whatnot, but they had to get shots back then. But when they sent out the letter, I didn't go, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not working on the project. You're talking about people who are working on the project need to get them things. So to answer that, I'm not 100% for sure if they've let it up on government contractors yet. I gotta go look at that. But I got tricks for that too. You know what I'm saying? Look, I had somebody that they needed to get into one of the build. This is again. The stuff that they put in place just don't make sense sometimes. This is how dumb our government is, and the reason why they need your help, and how you think that your solution to things may be so small. I'm telling you, they need to hear it because they're just that dumb. They're literally just getting. See, you could have the best solution, but your definition to government is scaring you away from working with them. So your good solution is never heard. So instead, this white man who don't know what he talking about showed up with a solution, and they've been looking for one. You just never showed up. And you know, I ain't gonna keep picking on the white men like that, man. It could have been an Asian, it could have been anybody who showed up with a solution, and they picked that one. But here's what is dumb. Somebody I knew needed to get into a government building and down at the Pentagon, and went to go to the Pentagon, and the Pentagon like, do you have your C test information? And person never got their shot. And then like, okay, well, if you didn't get your shot, then you need to go down the street to the 7-Eleven and get a test kit and bring back the results. Do you guys know how stupid that sounds? That you are sending somebody to go get a test kit to take and then bring them back the results. Well, one, they could have got somebody else to take the test and bring you back the results, and they showed that it's negative and you just let them through the door. But two, do you realize if you want to make sure that you don't have a negative test, all right, if you want to always have a negative test, just don't do the damn swab. Take the solution, pour it in the thing, and bam, it's always going to pop up negative, no matter what. So this is why that's stupid. But see, they need people to think for them because they can't think for themselves. But that is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard them doing, these rules with that C word. To me, all they're doing is transferring money out of thin air. This whole thing has been a money transfer out of thin air. When they did the riots down there, which baffled me before because, you know, I'm in DC and, you know, people ain't never been able to come close to these buildings like the way that they let that riot stuff happen down there. But to me, why wouldn't I let that happen when I can now bring in more white males to fix all of this stuff that got broke? Like, I'm not like $100 million got spent during that whole little thing, and guess what? We ain't get it. You know what I'm saying? It went to white male contractors because they the ones who got the products and the supplies for those old ancient buildings out there in DC. But again, that's a topic for another day. You know what I'm saying? Donald, what's going on? This is great information. So cool to be among like-minded people. I appreciate being in the room with you, Donald, all the way out there in Fresno. I love me some California, man. Shout outs to you. Crimson and Cream, you know what it is. You are more than welcome for the clarity. CN, after consuming all the free resources of GovCon, should the next step be taking action in my backyard? I mean, that's what you want to do. Yeah, you can take action in your backyard. You really just got to sit down and figure out what direction you want to go in. I can't really say that one step is going to be better than the other. Just take the step that you believe that you can do the best, and have faith. And 1% better every day. Just don't give up. This is life-changing opportunities right here. So if you could work 365 days for $60,000 a year, you got to be able to put in work for a year on this. That one contract could change your life forever. It could make your yearly income in 1 month. So just don't quit. And again, I do have the program that, you know, strategy is going to be key, and it's great to talk with like-minded individuals. Mr. James, awesome, and thank you for answering questions. You are more than welcome, my brother. What I do want to show you guys before I do get out of here, for those of you who are interested in learning more about government contracting through my team that I got going on, my program that I got going on, I'm trying to log in so you guys can see exactly what we do. And if you would like to get involved in it, by all means, you can jump in it. I will tell you the price does go up $100 every 5 people that purchase. So the longer you wait to get in, that price tag could go up. Somebody is always buying into the course each and every week. But let me show you what we have right here. Let me switch my screen. When you get into the program, this is the back office. You can visit puremoneygovcon.com, get signed up today. This is the training information that we have here so far. I advise everybody to check out this segment right here. It's my cheater segment. Guys, I cheated through elementary school. I cheated through middle school. I cheated through high school. I damn sure cheated through college. And I've been cheating through business too. Only in school did they tell you that you couldn't look off of the test next to you. I still looked. But they said, they slap you on the hand and say that you can't cheat. Well, never in the business industry have I ever come across anybody that said that I couldn't open the book to the test. You are allowed to cheat in business. So I'm teaching you guys how to cheat. And trust me, starting from scratch is the scariest thing to do in the world. I know because I did it. But if I would have known that I could cheat like this, I definitely wouldn't have started from scratch. I started from scratch and then learned that I could cheat during the way, and that helped expedite things. But I'll teach you guys how to cheat right now. And again, what I mean by cheating is the same way at school, you know, you got that person that was in the front of the room getting all A's. Well, same thing with the internet. There's nothing in this world that you could do that somebody else isn't already doing. I promise you that. So anybody who's successful on the internet has to leave footprints, including government contracting. So you not only take this advice for government contracting, but for any business. Learn how to cheat and you'll expedite your learning curve. So all that information is going to be in there, guys. I've also already done research. I do got to fix a couple of these, but for all of those agencies right there, all you got to do is click on them. I got every office right here, their website, and most importantly, if you scroll to the bottom, I got the forecast where you can find the contracts that the agency plans on coming out with. They're all sitting right down here, as well as their scorecard, so you can see exactly how they've been working with certain businesses. I have useful links here to help you out with your pricing. If you need to get partners, if you need to get certifications, they take you to the links for the certification. But I promise you, certifications ain't as hard as some of us think it is. I got marketing research tools back here that you could utilize. A lot of stuff back here that you could utilize under those useful links. Also, the last Monday of every month, we do meet live on Zoom. So I tell everyone this is your time to be extremely selfish. Click right here. The Zoom link will be there. Just worry about yourself on these Zoom calls, not the community, okay? And last but not least on here, I actually have master classes. This is an evergreen course. So you'll be able to come back here and as I learn more things that you need to learn about, I store them back here. These last 3 videos, I still got to do. 1, I caught the C word when I was supposed to be making these videos. And 2, I'm waiting for the Army to pay me and make sure that this stuff is correct before I teach you about these videos. Because right now, they about almost coming up on 90 days in the hole since they done paid me. And I want to make sure this stuff is legit and ran through before I make these videos for you. But again, I'll be adding more videos there for you to learn about. You also get affiliate commissions for this stuff. So every time you refer somebody else to it, you'll have a link and you get 25% commissions. I understand that you need to put money in your pocket, right? So let me do all the work. You just tell somebody else about the program and we'll pay you for doing that for us. You get 4 people, you get this training completely for free. You get 8 people, you put a nice piece of change in your pocket. You get 15 people, you on track to make some good money right there. You will also, last but not least, get access to my Google Drive. So as you guys are sitting back here, one of these sites, they have links. So as you guys can see, a lot of this stuff has extra links. I teach you how to set up your LinkedIn account. I got the ultimate LinkedIn cheat sheet right there. And again, I have a link to my Google Drive back office that has scripts and other things in there that you could take advantage of, templates for contracts and things of that nature. So again, if you would like to join into the program, just go to puremoneygovcon.com. Even if you don't want to join the program, go to puremoneygovcon.com. Scroll all the way down here to the bottom. Put your information in here. And I want you guys to download this information. Once you go ahead and put your information in there, you'll see right here at the top, there'll be a guide right here for you to download. Download this guide right here. This guide will give you all of the links to government websites that I've talked about previously, in sites for you to do research, for you to get help, the whole nine. All of the free things that the government offers right here. And then you can find some of the softwares that I utilize in my government contracting business located right here. Other than that, that is all that I have for everyone today. If you could put a fire emoji down in the comments if you've picked up any information from today. If you picked up a nugget at all, drop a fire emoji down there in the comments so that I know the information that I told you today was valuable. If there are no fire emojis, I guess it ain't valuable, so I won't bring it up anymore. That's the reason why I asked you guys this information. But outside of that, we are here each and every Thursday at noon, 12:15ish. You can check us out. Make sure that you're subscribing to the channel. You tell somebody else about what we got going on over here. You guys have been tremendously great at doing that. Again, our following count is going out of the roof. I appreciate it. It can't be done without each and every one of you guys. So again, I do thank you for taking the time out, hitting that subscribe button, and sharing this information out with other people. The last site that I wanted to show you guys, I forgot about this one, sorry. If you ever need to get in contact with me, if you want to follow my other social channels, every Monday I'm on Instagram Live, every Tuesday I'm on Clubhouse, Thursdays YouTube, Fridays my Facebook group. I advise you to go to travisknows.com, or you could visit my Instagram, official Travis Davis, and go click the link in my bio. It'll bring you here. This is how you can get access to everything that I got going on, and most importantly, how you can follow me. But if you scroll down here to the bottom to where to find Travis, you'll see all of my information right here. This is my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook group, Pure Money Legacy. If you're not making $1,000 a day on the internet, I'm teaching you how to do marketing and how to create sales online in my Facebook group completely for free. So go ahead and join it, Pure Money Legacy. Here is access to my Clubhouse, my Twitter, and of course my email if you would like to book appointments. But don't send me an email about questions, and do not DM me about questions on government contracting. If you want to get free questions answered, you need to show up and follow on one of these sites. And when I go live, just ask me there. But I do not take my time out after I'm done with live and provide free information. I want to enjoy my day too. So if you want free information, just follow me on these sites, and I'm constantly giving out free info. Also, I did do this new thing. Every time that someone buys badges or whatever each platform has going on, I'm giving you guys away something to show you my gratitude for supporting me. When you do buy a badge or something, you come over here, click on Get the Sauce. It's going to have you put in some information, and then my team, we're going to go back to check, see if you did transfer some of that energy with us. If you did, there's 3 levels to the sauce. But whatever level you got based off what you invested in the last 30 days, that's the access to the sauce that you will get. So that's my way of showing the support for each and every individual for helping me out there. But that is everything that I believe that I have to share with you guys and ladies today. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the fire emojis down here. The government contracting will change things for me. I have 2 businesses, but my thing is to be the middleman in all things and put the hands on a lot of the work and control my time. Hey, James, man, come on, man. You can do it, James. Guys, y'all ain't seen me go to work yet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't seen me go to work, and I'm still cashing checks. This is what I've set myself up to do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else is doing the work. OPT is what I call it. I make money off of OPT, other people's time. And when I'm not making money off of other people's time, I'm making money off of other people's products. Come on now, talk to me. But no, Travis don't work hard. Hell nah. Matter of fact, I hurt my back because I had to lift something up the other day. The damn thing ain't even probably weigh more than 25 pounds. My back was like, "What are you doing, Travis? You working?" You know what I'm saying? Now I'm hurting because you working, and it is hurting. Feel me? But thanks, James. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But that's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Went a little longer. Don't forget, share this information out. I will be back here next Thursday. Yeah, the links to the Google form. I think you're talking about my Facebook group. If you copy and pasted it in your URL, it should work. But we'll let you in there. That profile is for us to help keep up with your birthdays and things like that. We want to make sure it's a friendly community over there. So what we also say too is that's our game, gathering and networking genuinely. So jump over there, we'll get you activated. But if you can copy that link, put it in your URL, fill it out. That's our way of staying updated with you and making sure that we're giving you the information that you need to succeed. He said, Tommy on Martin must be doing this. And you're right, man. You know what? Tommy probably was doing government contracting. But I love you all. I hope that you all have an amazing day, man. We have a great song that I'm about to end this show off with. My man Trey, he's inside of this Pure Money gang. He made a great Pure Money song for us. So I want to give him a shout out for that. But again, we're right back here next Thursday at noon Eastern. I love you all, and thanks again for hanging out with me.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep it